Um, this is why we're here. I'm sorry about the weather. I'm sorry about the virus. I hope that you're keeping your intervals and doing your fist bumping and things like that. Those of you who knew Jill know that she was something of a germaphobe, so she would really be encouraging you to wash your hands well and to keep yourselves safe. Of course, in a perfect world, in my perfect world, our family would be celebrating Jill's birthday today. Last year we went and played putt-putt. On a day like this, we might be bowling or something, maybe go to a movie. And later on today, I know that she would be working on whatever art project she had in mind for the class that she was supposed to teach. Because believe it or not, back September, October time frame, before she died, she had already filled out her 2020 schedule for what she was going to do. And tomorrow was an art engagement class for 5 to 9-year-olds in the morning. And she had written here that she was going to do a new project. So I know that sometime she would be putting finishing touches on that. And I know that because the night she died, she was putting finishing touches on what she was going to teach the very next day. And I think that just speaks to how important her role at the Art Center was to her. That's why we're here in this spot. This is not the only memorial to her. If you don't know, her uncle and aunt in Oregon and her cousins actually paid to have a tree planted in Bond Park. So if you're ever in Bond Park and walking on the side of the levee near where the spillway is, there's an oak tree, a little oak tree that's been planted there in her honor. And I recently dedicated a magnolia tree in the South Carolina Botanical Garden to her because magnolia is one of her favorites, and we spent a lot of time in the South Carolina Botanical Garden together. But I'm not really sure how much I can express how much she loved this place and the Art Center in particular. A year ago, almost to the day, she took a selfie of herself in front of the Art Center because she just loved being here. She would come out here and enjoy the fountain, and we would come together and enjoy the park. But it's beyond just the place. It's the fact that teaching here really fulfilled something of a dream for her. One of her big dreams was to be a mom, and she was a really good mom. And Stephanie and Chris will both attest to that. But once they were getting to be grown up, she turned her mind to what her next dream might be. And I found this notebook in which she went through some exercises around the time we had first moved to Virginia, so it would have been around 2002. And on this page, she was talking about immediate and long-range things. And she talked about the job she would most like to do. And right here, with an asterisk by it, she wrote, "My central driving motivation would be to teach art." And so, and that was part of the characteristics she wrote of the job she would most like to do. And this was before she got her art degree. She went back to school and got her art degree, and then she came here and she taught at Chesterbrook with Terry and with Kim, and then she moved from there to teaching at Kids Art, and then she moved to there finally to teaching at the Art Center, and she loved it. It was exactly the thing that she wanted to do and the thing that meant so much to her. But also on this page, she wrote, "Things I would like to accomplish before I die." And number one, she wrote, "See my children know Christ personally." And at that point, she had not, but now she has. By the time she died, she had. Number two, have beautiful artwork to share with my family. And she left us with a lot of wonderful pieces that hopefully we won't fight over too much. Number three, to have influenced others by sharing God's love. And folks who knew her in the church setting and beyond the church setting know that that was very important to her. And then number four, to have left a lasting mark. And I think that all of the students that came away from her classes with a deeper appreciation for art and hopefully with a little more skill at what they were doing would agree that she left a lasting mark. And certainly she left a lasting mark on us, those of us who knew her. And so we wanted to leave something in her honor that would speak to that. And once we unveil it, everybody is welcome, after you have some more donuts, to come up and read the plaque. We tried very hard. We had a limited amount of letters they would allow us to use, and we tried very hard to really encapsulate what her legacy would be. And we wrote, "Jill loved God's creation, art that reflects it, and teaching at the Cary Arts Center," all of which is true. But then we wrote, "She made the world a better, brighter place." And speaking only for myself, I love the way she helped me see the world differently than I would be able to see it on my own, with a clarity and depth that I could not have imagined without her. And honestly, I relied on her so much that right now, oftentimes I feel blind to the world, and I feel that my world is very dark. But knowing that so many people care about us and cared about her, that's a brighter spot for me. So again, thank you all very much. And now, ladies, if you would. And I hope that people who come and eat lunch here or sit here to watch a concert or something, if they read that little note, I hope that they will come away maybe a little bit inspired to make their world better and brighter. So thank you again, and I appreciate very much you all coming out to join us.